PPR class. I'm Juliet. Today I have with me one of my sister's friends, longtime friends. Her name is Brenda, and I'm going to go ahead and let her introduce herself.
Hi everyone, my name is Brenda Menchaca. I'm a bilingual teacher at Raymond Academy, 3rd grade, and I'm also currently the math skill specialist for the school.
Awesome. I have one quick question about Raymond Academy. Is that a magnet school or is that like a normal school?
Yes, it's a magnet school for engineering.
Oh, awesome. I went to magnet schools when I was in Aldine, Aldine. So I just thought, hey, that's awesome. Like, little connection there, I guess. Okay, so I have a couple of questions for you to hopefully make me a better teacher. So let's jump right in. How would you describe your climate and culture of your classroom?
Okay, my climate and culture, I would say it's very welcoming. I have very bright colors in my classroom. I like to open the windows to make sure the kids don't fall asleep. There's lots of light coming in. There's lots of charts and posters and student work on the walls. And the culture is one of definitely high expectations, and there's constant conversations going on. So I work a lot with ELLs, so I make sure that they have practice every day with all of the components of language. So reading, listening, speaking, and writing. So there's always conversations going on. As a math teacher, we're always solving problems, and I encourage different ways to solve problems, but also the fact that we need to make mistakes in order to learn. So mistakes are okay as long as we're learning from those mistakes.
And that's really how you're establishing that climate and culture, like really normalizing the fact that mistakes are okay and everyone makes them.
Yes, and when I make mistakes, I say, see, we all make mistakes. As long as we learn from them, it's okay.
Awesome. I think that's one of the things that I'm most nervous about, really establishing that awesome climate and culture in the classroom. But along with that, do you have any special celebrations for birthdays, special occasions, or religious holidays other than the traditional Christmas, etc.?
For birthdays, I make sure we sing to our kids every time it's their birthday. I give them a sticker, a big sticker that they can wear all day that says, it's my birthday today, and a certificate with a bookmark. But it's to make them feel special. They remind me days and weeks in advance. Hey, it's my birthday in 2 weeks. Hey, it's my birthday the next day. So I make sure I try not to forget and make them feel special for their day. As long as you said the winter holidays, we have a party for the winter holidays, for Easter, and for the end of the year party.
So what about holidays that are not Christian or traditional, such as Kwanzaa or Hanukkah?
Our social studies teachers cover the different kinds of winter holidays, not only in the U.S., but also around the world. So we do activities with Kwanzaa. We play with the dreidel. I make my kids actually make it, and they play with it. We do different activities for Kwanzaa. So we do make sure to teach all of the different celebrations during the winter time.
That's awesome. So what is your favorite technique or method to use for a focus activity?
To make sure my kids are engaged every time they come into my class, we do our regular warm-up, but the way I check it is a little bit different. I make sure that all of the kids are accountable for their work, but also enjoy participating in class by, when we're checking it, I have my calling sticks, and behind it, they choose a praise word. So whatever word they would like, some of them are fabulous, good work, fantastic, phenomenal. I love that one. Boys have cool dude on theirs. So when I call out, their name, they tell me the answer, and most of the time, if it's right, I say the praise word, and then the whole class repeats it. So the student feels really special. They like to participate, and they like to be ready and make sure they have a great answer so that they can participate. When they have the wrong answer, I let them phone a friend, and then they still get their praise word. Because like I said, mistakes are always made, so I want them to learn from it and not feel bad when they participate in my class. So it's just a way to make them feel special, and it's fun for everyone to praise that student.
Yeah, definitely. So how does the whole phone a friend thing work?
So when they're stuck or they don't really know the answer, they get to phone a friend. So they can ask one of their friends to help them out, and their friend might say the answer, but I still have to have them repeat it and how they found the answer. So they're still held accountable for the question, not just, okay, my friend said 25, so okay, 25.
Oh, awesome.
They explain it, yes. They're still accountable for the work that their friend was doing as well.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. I really like that. A phone a friend. Sweet. So, of course, I gotta have some advice on how to handle the quote unquote trouble students.
So first of all, I think those trouble students, we should always make sure we respect the student. I think that's huge. Students know most of the time when you genuinely care about them. They can tell if you're being fake or if it's genuine. So you have to first of all make sure you genuinely care about the student, and they have to feel respected in your class as well. I would say make sure to break down that stereotype in your own head of like what other teachers have said is a trouble student. And anytime at the beginning of the year, if I, get one of those quote unquote trouble students, that's the first person that I want to create a relationship with. So I ask them about their lives. I ask them what they care about, what they want to be when they grow up, and I try to make sure I keep asking, hey, how's your day, or how are these things going on at home? Because a lot of times they also have a lot of things going on at home. One example. One year I asked one of my students what he wanted to be when he grew up, and he said a Marine. So I had a couple of my friends who were Marines. I called them up and said, hey, can you do something for this student? And they wrote him a letter, and they sent him a hat and different things, and just that genuine care that you have for that student, they feel it. So they make sure they respect you more too, because they can tell that you actually care about them.
Right. That's some awesome advice. And definitely like tapping into those resources and just connecting with different friends to help you connect with your class. I think it's something that's really valuable that I'll definitely use in the classroom. So I have a little fun question. What is your best advice, or what have you done in the past if you're running late? Like if you're like, oh my God, I woke up late, you don't know what to do, or I wouldn't know what to do.
The first thing to do is always call the office. They'll have either Paris or most of the time Paris or someone go cover your room during the time that you're late. But when you're late, I would say when at the beginning of the year you have to have procedures in place and practice those procedures. So it's also your class knows what to do even when you're not there. So I've been very lucky to have substitutes come in and say, oh, your class was wonderful because they told me what to do. So procedures in place at the beginning of the year. When you're not there, the class can still run itself. But yes, as soon as you know that you're going to be late, call the front office. They'll cover your class. And what we do at our school is we always submit a substitute folder at the beginning of the year, and the office always has it. So making sure you have some kind of substitute folder with work that can be done if you're not there. If you're going to be late for a long period of time, maybe a few hours. So having that ready for them too.
Awesome. I didn't even think about that. That's a great system. So, what is your proudest teaching moment?
Oh gosh. Just like before. This is a difficult question. Because I wouldn't say it's something that's measurable. I've been, bilingual teacher of the year. I've been one of the highest performing teachers in the district in regards to student growth, but none of that is really a proud moment for me. For me, it's always about the kids. So it's when that light bulb turns on for a student, when you've been working with students and they've been struggling, but you haven't let them give up. You push them and push them and push them because you believe that they can achieve something, that they can solve this word problem, or they can get a concept. And they finally do. And they look at you like, you were right. And for me, it's special because I believe in them, so I want them to also believe in themselves. So to me, those are the proud little moments that really get you through your day and the year.
That make the year easier.
Yes. Something right, yes. Sometimes it doesn't feel like it, but those little moments are definitely what make it worth being a teacher.
Awesome. I can tell in your voice and everything, you're so passionate about teaching. Like, it comes through for real.
I love my kiddos.
So, do you have any last words of advice?
Definitely be there for the kids. Teaching is very difficult. Like I said, some days you will think that maybe you're not doing the right things, but as long as you're there for the kids and you're working hard for them, that's what matters, because that's what's going to get you through the day. their little hugs or smiles or when those light bulbs turn on is what's going to get you through the tough times of being a teacher when there's a lot going on at once.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely make sure that your focus is always on the kids and have a balance. Definitely have a balance throughout the year. Yes, we only work, we have, a few months off for the summer, but we work it while we're at work. So also have a balance. Take care of yourself so that you can better take care of the kids.
Awesome. So then my last question is going to be, how do you feel about standardized testing?
Oh, testing. The grade teacher is the first year that they test. So it's a huge change for the kids. There's a lot of pressure. And the focus on testing is tremendous. I personally don't like it. They are being tested against, a standard that doesn't always fit in each student. Their growth doesn't always say that they're going to do marvelous on a test. And I think it also takes away from the care that we should give the whole child when we only focus on a test. Just today, my principal came into my classroom and told us that the third and fourth graders were no longer allowed to have recess until after the STAR test.
Wow.
That bothered me, of course, because they're still kids and they still need that time to just relax a little bit instead of being so pressured by a test.
I couldn't agree more. I really couldn't. I feel like if they're not getting that outside interaction or that time to just communicate like a person, like an adult, or not an adult, but a human being, it takes the realism away from them. They're just little robots.
Yes.
Wow. Well, I just want to thank you so much again for helping me with my project. I'm definitely going to steal some tricks and tips that you've given me, and hopefully the rest of my class has learned something. And yeah, that's all I have. So
Awesome.
like, I cannot tell you thank you so much enough, like for real. So I'll buy you dinner whenever you're available, whenever I see you next, whenever that'll be, it'll be on me, margaritas, whatever.
You, me, and Bianca can all go out to eat.
Yay! Okay, I'm gonna hold you to that, and I'm gonna tell her to schedule that up for us. She'll be our secretary. All right, thank you so much. Have a good night. I promise I'm not gonna bother you anymore. Bye.